Hello everyone and welcome back to Hannah's Happy Home. In today's video, we're going to be working on some decluttering and organization around our house. We're going to start off this morning here in the storage room beside our carport, just cleaning, reorganizing, decluttering. It shouldn't take us as long as it did the last time that we cleaned out and organized this room. The last time that we did that, it was an all-day affair. We took everything out of the room and just completely reorganized and decluttered everything in there. But today we just need to get the floor cleaned up, the workbench in there, and just get everything quickly reorganized, hoping that this only takes about 2 hours. Okay, so we're tidying up the carport before we start cleaning the storage room. We had just unboxed these e-bikes the day before, so had to move out the boxes. These bikes were sent over by Hey Bike, and Jalen and I have been having so much fun with these bikes. Jalen has their Braun bike. It's got a 28 mile per hour top speed and just the perfect bike for him to go trail riding. And I've got their Ranger S compact e-bike. It's such a comfortable bike to go out for a leisurely drive, and it folds up easily, which is perfect for traveling. Both bikes' batteries have about a 60-mile range, so we want to go on a long biking trip one of these days. And they have just been a ton of fun. We go riding at night because they have lights, and we've just really enjoyed them so far. So we are starting to clean up this room, just trying to tidy off this workbench. We had given this a complete makeover, I think it was last year, and we just completely reorganized everything. We took every single thing out of this room out onto the carport, went through it all. It was quite a procedure, and the organization system has worked out great, but life just, gets in the way, and things just get thrown in here when life gets busy and we're always working on projects. So we don't always put things away, and things just get thrown up here on the bench or set in on the floor. And we just really needed to clean up this room. It didn't take as long as we thought it was going to. Like I said, it only took about 45 minutes to just quickly tidy up this room. Wasn't as big of a job as we thought it was going to be. And we didn't really find anything to declutter out of this room. We had gone through everything last year, and we pretty much use everything that is in this room. It's just great to have all of this space in here to store items, since we don't really have a garage or any type of storage space besides this room. So this is kind of like our garage storage area. That wooden shelving that you see on either side of the room, Jalen built that when we gave this room a makeover, and that just made a world of difference for storage because it just got everything up off the floor. I also got a bunch of containers from Lowe's, and those are great to just have somewhere to throw items into. You can label the containers and have a container for Christmas decor, and we've got life jackets, camping supplies, and when you're storing things in a garage or an outbuilding, it's great to have containers that will lock tightly, and these ones do lock really tight. They were a good price at Lowe's, and I know I've also seen some really good containers at Costco as well. I did end up finding 2 items to donate, so I set those aside, and we're just going to finish cleaning off the carport. I do have some furniture over here along the wall. I'm planning to give these pieces a makeover hopefully next week, and that play kitchen and the little chair are for a playroom makeover that I'm doing at someone else's house probably in the next 2 months. So I'm excited to get started on that. I've got some fun things planned that I'll be working on for that project. But now I'm back inside getting started on lunch, and for lunch today I'm just making chicken fajitas, a really easy and delicious lunch to have for summertime. And stay tuned until the end of the video if you want to see me can some homemade pickles made with cucumbers from my garden. I'll be sharing that recipe and the whole process, and also making refrigerator pickles. Once the chicken was done cooking, I transferred that to the cutting board and then put all of those cut up bell peppers into the pan, cooked them, and then later on added the chicken and the seasonings. And then I plated the fajitas, fried those tortillas a bit, and added in the chicken and bell peppers, some sour cream, and some salsa, shredded cheese, squeeze some lime juice on top of there. You can do a lot of different toppings with fajitas. Okay, so it's the next morning, and today I'm going to do a quick declutter of the whole house. It's been 6 months since I decluttered the entire house, and lately I've just been getting the urge to declutter. I usually get this urge every couple of months, and it's fun to me to go through spaces and see what I can get rid of and get everything reorganized. So I was excited to work on that today, especially here in our bedroom. I really needed to reorganize our dresser drawers and our closets. My closet floor was so full I could hardly walk in there, and I've been wanting to go through my clothes. So as I'm working on this quick declutter throughout the house, I want to share encouragement and hopefully some decluttering and organization inspiration. Stay tuned, because at the end I will be showing the pile of stuff that I was able to declutter out of the house. When I'm decluttering, I like to collect everything in one pile, even the trash, donations, what I'm selling, the trash, everything just in one pile. That way at the end you can see just how much stuff is leaving your house. And I was surprised at how large of a pile I had after this quick declutter. Honestly, didn't think there would be that many items, and I want to challenge you to see how big of a pile of items you can declutter from your home. You would be surprised how many items there is in your home that you could donate, throw away, and sell. So if this encourages you to declutter your house or even just one space, take a picture of how much you were able to declutter and tag me on Instagram or send me a picture through Messenger. Here I was showing you the drawer divider that I have in quite a few of our dresser drawers, and also the boys' dresser, Levi's dresser. These drawer dividers are so awesome to just separate your t-shirts, whatever you have in your drawer, and helps you to be able to keep them organized. These are a good price on Amazon. It's easier than putting bins into your drawers, so I'll have the link for these down below. Now I'm starting to work on my closet, just pulling out some items, going through things. I had some backpacks I was going to donate, and I wanted to donate a few clothing items as well. I like to keep my closet pretty minimal because it's just overwhelming to me to have too many clothing options. I would like to just have a minimal closet with items that I love and that I wear all the time. It can also be really helpful to keep like a little bag or a basket on the floor in your closet. That way when you come across something that you want to get rid of, you can just put it down in that basket, and then you don't have to be going through your closet every couple of months or once a year, because you're just kind of constantly going through your closet. When you're getting ready, if you come across something that you haven't worn in years or something that's just not your style anymore that you want to get rid of, you can just put it right there in the donation basket. This area between our closets with the shelves used to be my little office space, but now that I moved into the new office, this space doesn't really get used anymore, so we're trying to brainstorm on what we could do with this area. Originally, I thought I would just leave it as shelves and the little desk, and then add a round mirror and a little stool so that it's like a getting ready area, but I'm not quite so sure if I'd actually use a space like that. So now we're kind of thinking that we might put an electric fireplace in here, but we're not quite sure yet. So we'd love to hear all of your suggestions on what you think that we should do with this space. Leave all your ideas down below in the comments, and we'd love to read through those. I always get asked where I purchase my skirts, especially my denim skirts, and I order most of those from Main Street Exchange. I order them online, but I know they also do have a store in Pennsylvania. So my closet's looking much better. I can actually walk in here now. I don't have to step over items when I'm trying to get clothing out of the closet. Up here on the top shelf, I had added these foldable gray bins from Amazon. I added those last year, I think, and I put some little tags on the front, and that's just where I store things like beach items and winter clothing. Here in southern Arizona, we only wear our winter clothing for maybe 2 months out of the year. So I just keep those up there out of the way in a bin, and then I'll pull those out during the winter time. And now here is everything that is leaving our bedroom. I've got bags and clothing, also a camera I'm selling. I was surprised that I actually found this many items to declutter out of our room. I also want to go through this file cabinet, but I can't really do that on camera because there's a lot of paperwork and bills and personal things like that in here, so I'll just go through all of that off camera. I'm also planning to go through all of our paperwork and files and just try to get a better system in place for all of that. But I can't film that, but I am planning to go through all of that as well and just try to have it better organized. Now I'm taking a lunch break and just putting together a turkey taco bowl. This has been one of my favorite lunches lately, and I'll just add in whatever I have on hand. So today that was lettuce, ground up turkey, some corn, cheese, avocado, rice, a little bit of crushed up chips. Mix that all together and it makes a delicious quick lunch. And to make it easier, at the beginning of the week I'll prep all of those items. So I'll cook all of the ground turkey, I'll cook the corn, and just have everything in containers in the fridge. That way I can pull it out and easily piece together a quick salad. So I paused here to get a load of laundry started, and then we will get back to the decluttering. Okay, so I'm starting to prep for the new school year. I ordered the boys all of their new school books for the next grade, and the next step is to clean out our school cabinet here and just get it reorganized, declutter this cabinet. It was just full of way too many items. I'm going to move all of the games into the closet and just keep this cabinet as homeschooling and drawing. I want to go through all of their coloring books and drawing, different things like that, and only keep books that they actually use. Right now they're only using colored pencils. They don't use crayons anymore, so I'm going to move the crayons into the closet. Just keep the colored pencils in here, just like 1 stick or 2 sticks of glue. That way it's easier to keep it organized. It's not so cluttered. The boys love to draw and color at this table. They do it all the time. So I want to keep this cabinet organized and just keep things minimal. That way they can find things easily, and it'll be easier for them to clean up and put items away. And also so that there's room for our new school books. I just got the first box of new school books in the mail. So once I get this cabinet organized, I'll give you a quick peek at all of those. One of the best ways that I found to help keep the house clean is to declutter often and try to keep things somewhat minimal, especially when it comes to kids' items like toys, coloring, all those types of things. If there's just too much of everything, it's too overwhelming for them and things get cluttered and not used. In general, we all just collect so many unnecessary things over the years that just clutter our houses, and it makes it harder to keep the house clean. The more you declutter, the more that you realize that, and also the easier it will be to keep your house clean. And each time I declutter, there is less and less items to get rid of, obviously, but there usually is always something. With kids growing out of clothes and toys and life in general, there always seems to be at least a bag of items that can leave your house every couple of months. So now I am going through Kyle's school books from this past year and just trying to decide what I want to keep for memory. So usually what I like to do is flip through his school book and tear out a couple of pages where he did a lot of writing or drawing, and then I will just staple those couple of pages together and write his name and age and grade like at the top of that first page, and then put it into his container of memory items. Now I'm giving you a quick peek at my new box of school books for this upcoming year. All of these books are from The Good and the Beautiful. That is the only curriculum that I currently use. I really love their curriculum, and this was everything that I had ordered for Kyle for 3rd grade. So he's got language arts, handwriting, math, reading books. I got him a nature notebook and just some different fun projects. He's going to be doing multiplication, so I got some multiplication cards, and I just love their books. They're really easy for the kids to understand. They've got a lot of really neat drawings in them and just a great curriculum overall. I got this pack of reusable zipper bags from Amazon to organize all of our puzzles, and they worked out so great for puzzle storage, but it was a huge pack of bags, and so I had a lot of bags left over, and I decided to use them for some of our games. Game boxes break and tear and everything else, and so quite a few of like the kids' games, smaller games like that, I had just put into gallon Ziploc baggies. But those were getting holes in them and falling apart, and some of the games didn't fit in the bags all the way, and so these reusable zipper bags worked great for that as well. They're just great to use for a lot of things around the house. I'll have the link for them down below if you want to check them out. This game cabinet is looking a lot better, and we have all of the rest of the games and more of the kids' games in the hall closet. We like to collect a lot of games. We love to play games. The boys are getting to the age where they are playing a lot of games together, and it's always fun to have game night with family and friends, so we like to just keep a good supply of games on hand. There I was showing you the bag of trash that was out of that cabinet, like old papers and used up coloring books, old school books, everything like that that was able to leave that cabinet. And it feels so nice to have the cabinet decluttered and ready for the new school books. And now I'm moving into the kitchen. I'm just going to quickly go through a couple of cabinets and drawers in here. There really isn't much to declutter in the kitchen. I've gone through the kitchen several times, reorganizing and decluttering, and I feel like I've finally gotten this kitchen down to just items that we actually use. I feel like years ago I used to have so much stuff packed in my kitchen cabinets and drawers, items that I just didn't use. And now that I've gotten it down to just items that we actually use, some of the cabinets are half empty, some of the shelves are empty, and that's okay. I love to be able to have a few empty cabinets or maybe a half empty drawer, and that helps with keeping the kitchen clean and less cluttered as well. something else that I wanted to add is to be conscious about what you bring into your home. And the more that you declutter and organize, the more that you will think twice before you bring more items into your home. Something that I like to do is when I'm about to go through the checkout line, I will just kind of glance over my cart and see if there's anything that I could put back, anything that's unnecessary that was just kind of an impulse purchase to stick into my cart. And usually there's one or two items that I'll put back. Or something else that I like to do is if I'm making an online order late at night, I will just leave it sit in my cart and not push order until the next morning. And usually the next morning I will maybe think twice about ordering that, or I won't order quite as many items. I don't know what it is about ordering stuff late at night, like on Amazon or whatever, but usually I find it's best to just leave it sit in the cart until the next morning, sleep on it before you click purchase, especially if it's going to be a larger purchase. Something else that I like to keep decluttered and organized is my diaper bag. I usually try to only carry around just what I need, minimal items, don't fill it up with a ton of stuff, clean it out when you come back from a long day, and just trying to keep everything in your life a little less cluttered and a little more minimal can help to make your life less stressful and chaotic and more relaxing. At least that's the way that it is for me. You could declutter and minimize what you keep in your vehicles, go through your phone and get rid of apps you don't use, go through your subscriptions and cancel unnecessary ones and save some money, go through your schedule and see if there's a way that you can make that a little bit less stressful. Decluttering and minimizing goes beyond just your home, and if you can apply it into a lot of things in your life, you will find more peace, less stress, and also more time. Okay, so here's everything that is leaving the house. I didn't think that I would actually find this many items. Some of these bags are trash, like this bag here, and I think this one. And then these bags are donations. I've got some other bags that I'm selling, donating, a camera I'm selling. There's donations down in this box. And yeah, you'd be surprised just how many items you can find throughout your home that you can sell, donate, or things that are just trash. This bag of trash was just a lot of old paperwork that I didn't need to hold on to anymore. A lot of that was in these drawers and back at my desk. And I would love to see how big of a pile of items that you can declutter out of your home. Send me a picture over on Instagram or tag me. I'd love to see how much you were able to declutter. Okay, so here at the end of this video, I'm going to share how I made some homemade pickles from the cucumbers that we grew in our garden. So this first batch of pickles that I made, I just made refrigerator pickles. So after you make the pickling juice, you just pour that over your slices of cucumbers, and I put the lid on those jars, put them in the fridge, let them sit for a couple of days or a week before you eat them. And these turned out amazing. I found such an easy recipe online. It has 5-star reviews. And then for this second batch of cucumbers from the garden, I just ended up canning them so that I could keep them in the pantry, because I knew that we didn't need more than 4 jars of pickles in the fridge. And so I wanted the rest of these pickles to go in the pantry. And I just followed that same recipe for refrigerator pickles, except I am canning the pickles here. And I don't have a pressure cooker, but you can can some items without a pressure cooker. You just have to keep everything hot. And so I boil the jars in hot water. I boil the lids in hot water. I made sure that that pickling juice was boiling hot when I put it into the jars. Tighten those up, and every single one of the jars popped and sealed. And it's really awesome to see food that I canned myself, that we grew in our garden, lined up on the pantry shelves. It is a lot of work though, from having to grow it, harvest it, clean it, slice it, can it, all of the steps, but it is very satisfying to stock your pantry with items that you grew and canned yourself. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully it just gave you some motivation and inspiration for decluttering, organizing, and just everyday homemaking. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye!